us.
Hmm?
Play with us. Play with us, Roberto. Play with us.
What?
Play us, Roberto.
Did you? Did I?
Play with us.
Never mind.
Play with us, Roberto. Play with us, Roberto. Play with us, play us, Roberto. Play us, Roberto. Play us. Play with us. Play with us. Play with us. Play with us, Roberto. Play with us.
All right. I'll play some PC games, but it's gonna be on my terms.
I just can't seem to grow up. I said I just can't seem to grow up. But you know what? What? I don't think I want to. All right, now follow me here. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Retro Funtime. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas, and welcome to my bedroom. We switched locales this week to start our series on the LucasArts adventure games, and I'm pleased to kick it off in style. So grab your gun and your keys to your DeSoto. It's time for Sam and Max Hit the Road. Sam and Max Hit the Road. Following the adventures of Steve Purcell's Sam and Max, the freelance police, the game was developed by LucasArts in 1993. Utilizing their Scum adventure game engine, Sam and Max Hit the Road was received with critical acclaim and praise for its voice acting, graphics, and humor. Though many sequels would be attempted and sadly canceled, it wouldn't be until 2006 that the anthropomorphic duo returned to the computer screens with Telltale Games' Sam and Max Save the World. All right, people, let's just get to playing some Sam and Max here. We've actually skipped the intro portion, as you guys can see, mainly to kind of save some time and to, so I can show you a lot more of the game. God, I freaking love LucasArts stuff. One thing you gotta know about, oh god damn, there's the head. Hold on a second.
So it doesn't hurt anyone we know or care about. Out the window, Sam. There's nothing but strangers out there.
So, Sam and Max, oh god, it's such a great game. It's such a great team. So we're gonna watch a little bit of this intro part here, a bit. So while this is going on, as you can tell, obviously LucasArts has a very animated feeling to a lot of their games. LucasArts would traditionally, once they've kind of got into the graphic adventure games, would pretty much follow this kind of art style a lot. Once we got to the point where we had higher graphics and a little bit better VGA and things like that, I think SVGA. I have to double check which resolution it is. Oh my god, I'm like a fire sealing being blocked. So yeah, one of the things that would, if you can tell, the art style. Sorry, I got a little distracted. The game is one of my favorite games, so I kind of get a little bit distracted into it. But as you can see, the art style is a bit very pixel art style. One thing that LucasArts tended to not do is outline their stuff, and that's one thing a lot of the games had, was a very solid art style. Now I do want to kind of show you guys a little bit of how the interface works. All these games we're playing today, or actually playing in this sort of series, are all Scum games. That's sort of LucasArts' basis for all their graphic adventure games. It's sort of what began a lot of these sort of things. Games that would be in that would be, of course, Maniac Mansion being the first, Secrets of Monkey Island, Sam and Max, Full Throttle, Day of the Tentacle. A whole slew of LucasArts adventure games would take that, and they all kind of had the same kind of basic interface. You have your mouse here that you can move your character around. My character being, of course, Sam, half of the freelance police team, and you can actually do that, and you're able to interact with him in different ways. For example, I can look at Max.
It's Max.
I can punch Max, or grab him actually, and use him as an item if I wanted to.
I can't use these things together.
More importantly, if I want to, I can actually talk to Max. And Max will respond to different things, like a question.
Are you as confused as I am? More so.
Some type of exclamation.
I'm excited. Who is it?
You can ask him about the item.
You're looking hale and hearty, little buddy.
I'm a coffee achiever, Sam.
I can also do some random thing.
My mind is a swirling miasma of scintillating thoughts and turgid ideas.
Me too.
And I can stop the conversation.
That's all.
And of course, I can also interact with the world around me, thereby grabbing items. For example, there's a mouse hole here.
All our money is invested in that rat hole.
So let's get some cash, shall we? So if you notice, I have another option here, that being the use little thing there. It looks like one of those clown things. What it indicates is using an item or using something in the world. So let's say, for example, I want to go in that mouse hole, rat hole, I should say. I go in there, whoosh, grab a wad of cash.
Never leave home without it.
I can also interact.
They need it to bribe slippery government officials.
And if you notice, I have now the cash in my item. Now I could utilize that by trying to interact with another piece of the world.
I can't use these things together.
Or I can just pop it back in my inventory. My inventory having a whole slew of things, the actions, and anything items I can use, including Max, because Max is an item. So I can also, like I said, interact with a lot of things in the world. For example, but let's actually get to solving. So the thing is that in all the LucasArts kind of games, the graphic adventures, the idea behind it would be that you'd use items to solve different parts of the puzzles. They kind of get got. So if we look at, there is a
Fish sandwich I made last spring.
what are you doing? So, anyways, let's grab that item because we'll need it later. Any case, like I was saying, you end up using items to solve different puzzles and kind of interact with your world. So let's get down to the stairs, since we said we had to actually talk to a courier. Uh-oh. What the hell?
Want a piece of me, huh? Well, take a piece of this.
Whoa!
Brutal.
But very true to life.
And here's one for your old man.
Whoa!
I really respect Flint's business acumen.
Please, Sam, don't use the word acumen again.
Now, like, remember I was telling you how you can use items together?
Gratuitous acts of senseless violence are my forte.
There's an example.
Adorable urchin, Max.
So let's get back to solving this first puzzle. The idea of figuring out what the hell we're gonna do in this game. As you notice, there's a lot of things we can look at in the world. We can look at the car here, our DeSoto, which is a great car.
I love this car.
You're a sick puppy, Sam.
We can, of course, look at the drunken birds up there. Whatever it says, soiled office space available. It says.
Soiled office space available.
More importantly, we can actually talk with this cat.
Hey there, little fella.
You talking to me?
We can ask him questions.
Are you a cleverly disguised bonded city courier?
Maybe. Are you the freelance police?
Yes, but don't go blabbing it to everybody.
So as you notice, this is our actual courier. This is what's supposed to get our mission from the commissioner. The commissioner, of course, being the ever popular,
Right now we've got
I guess, force behind the Sandmax team. A couple, like I said, weird things is there's all sorts of crazy ways to solve the puzzles. Our first puzzle was right here because we can't. Looks like the cat here.
Guys, I swallowed your orders for safekeeping. But now I can't seem to hawk them back up.
Yeah, it looks like he can't hawk him back up. So there's different kind of things we could do. Maybe we could go grab the alcohol up there. Let's see if we can get up there and grab it, because alcohol might induce it. So let's try to do it.
I have no use for pigeons.
So it turns out we can't do that. So let's see. Well, what if we use Max? Max might be an option.
I just love to turn this guy inside out.
Ooh, that gives me an idea.
Looks like Max has an idea. Just quite literally.
According to these orders, something bizarre is happening at the carnival.
I thought that was the whole point.
Maybe we should check it out when we got nothing better to do. Like
God, I'm getting sucked in this game. So as you notice, we got some orders now. We now know where to go. We got to go to the carnival. But how do we get there? Well, we have a car here, so let's use it. One thing about Sam and Max, like a lot, so that it isn't always in each and every one of the adventure games. There's a kind of a map. God, I love the animation is such a great thing. The one thing about LucasArts games is they're always very well designed. They're very, very good attention to detail. So you notice we're here at the map, which is greetings from the USA. Hi there, it's the Sam Max map. It's cute. We have, of course, the carnival up here, and we have 3 different, what looks like burgers and some type of road thing. Let's go to these burgers really quick and kind of explain what that is. So we can go, guys. These are Snuggies. Snuggies are essentially, for lack of better words, really cheesy rest stop areas. So there's a cup here we can grab, I think.
This is a completely unusable thingamabob.
Grab it, put it in our inventory. We can go inside Snuggies. Let me see which one is this.
It's a carousel of bootleg Sam and Max dress-up books. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Apparently Sam's gonna go to the bathroom.
He's one hell of a soda jerk.
Let's talk to soda jerk really quick. While we have a little bit of time. I just wanted to show you kind of how the interaction works. The problem with this game is there's a lot of dialogue, and it's a great game. The great game is always good, and it's very much a thing. So let's get Sam to the bathroom.
Facilities be damned. I need a bathroom. They're in the back.
Now you guys can tell the humor definitely is completely there, and we'll definitely talk about that in our next part. I'm going to show you guys some fun stuff in terms of humor.
We just had problems with thugs stealing our restroom keys. They're the cleanest in 9 counties.
The keys?
The restrooms.
You need some help, little buddy?
I think I can handle this myself.
This looks like Sam's going to be fun in the bathroom. So let's actually buy this item really quick. Let's buy this dress-up thing, because we're going to show you one last item before we go to our break.
Do you have any money?
So I'm paying. Of course I do.
Here.
Will that be all for you today?
That'll be all.
Anything else?
I'll stop right now.
You have no idea how often I hear that.
So let's go. Looks like Max is back from the bathroom. And he's returning the key.
Here's your key.
So let's get the heck out of here. And I'll show you the last concept I wanted to show you for this game before we go to break and do our usual break video. And that is the concept of the minigame. Now, not all LucasArts games have this, but some LucasArts games have minigames, sort of these little things that are Easter eggs or sort of additional stuff. For example, we have the dress-up thing where we can dress up Max, and of course, we can, of course, I think, if I'm right, we're ready. Dress up Sam. Hooray! And there's a couple other things we can get them out of here. So let's get out of this game really quick. And let's check out one more mini game before we go to break. And that being the highway chase, which is kind of fun, actually. The idea is, of course, to, I guess, hop these things and not cause a complete destruction of the car. I haven't quite figured out how this works, to be honest. Okay, it's how many of these things you can hop. I see. Until we survive level 1, we can max at 11 bonus seconds on the next level. So I get a certain amount of time before we go. And so we obviously don't destroy any. That's much more fun to destroy them. Okay, we're gonna take a quick break from playing a little Sam and Max here, and when we come back, we'll play some more. But during the break, why don't you watch this awesome video explaining the history of LucasArts. Founded in May of 1982 as Lucasfilm Games, LucasArts was the gaming division of Lucasfilms. George Lucas wanted to branch his entertainment company into other forms and began the first of these ventures with a collaboration with Atari. It wouldn't be until 1990 that the game division would be given its well-known title. Though LucasArts had created various types of games, from spaceflight simulators such as the TIE Fighter series, or first-person shooters such as the Dark Forces series, the division would be well known for their series of adventure games. Starting with a game based on the movie Labyrinth in 1986, LucasArts would go on to produce adventure games up until the year 2000, creating well-renowned games and famous franchises such as Sam Max Hit the Road, Maniac Mansion, and Grim Fandango. On April 3rd, 2013, less than a year after the Lucasfilm acquisition, would mark the end of LucasArts as Disney shut down the development arm, focusing more on licensing the well-known properties to third parties. Though it's sad the division is no longer around, the company lives on in spirit through studios like Double Fine and Telltale Games. Okay, well we are back in Sam and Max here. Most importantly, we are of course now showing a little bit more of the gameplay. We're a little bit further on before than we were last time. The main reason is because one thing I got to show you about LucasArts games is of course the humor. That's one thing that they did right. A lot of LucasArts graphic adventure games, that they had great writing and excellent staff. For example, we have a lot more items now. We have a bent wrench for some reason, the key. We have a lot of things, but we have some cash. We have a well there, so let's look at the well.
I wish I had absolute power to decide who lives and who dies.
I think we'd need a bigger well.
Now, typically, of course, with wishing wells, we end up putting money in. So what happens? What happens if we put some money in? What happens if we throw a coin in there?
I wish this game were over. Hold it. Get back here.
It's such a funny thing because LucasArts always had the best writing. It's one thing that made every game fun for LucasArts. They always did a lot of different Easter eggs and things like that. For example, in other LucasArts titles, they could, especially graphic adventure games, they'd hide Max around and things like that. It became, but this was before Sam and Max was a game. There's actually a Max in, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the game Secret of Monkey Island. And it was always a joke to hide it, because essentially Steve Purcell worked at LucasArts, did a lot of the story stuff. There's also some other fun stuff in terms of hidden things.
It's a macro hard maintenance droid.
For example, Droid has a TM there because it's registered by LucasArts. So there's always a lot of funny things hidden in LucasArts games. For humor's sake, things that are kind of funny, items, either silly things like that.
Wow, it's Monster Truck Weekend.
Happening every Sunday. Sunday. Okay, I'm over the shock now.
I'm not, but I'm sure my gentle naivete will survive.
It's always, like I said, the writing for LucasArts games are always top-notch. The humor's always top-notch. So much so that even when looking at simple items, the one thing always remember to look at items in every game, because you always find out some fun things.
It's a gold record for Bumpus's. Heaven's just like Texas, except that there's no taxes. Cripes.
It's titled Me, Myself, and I.
Hey, you learned how to read.
So there's always silly things you can do in every LucasArts game. There's, again, items everywhere, things you can look at. If you can look at it, always try to interact with it. For example, you can't look at these dead animals. It's kind of weird. But you can look at this, the trophy room.
Cripes, look at all the trophies.
I think this Bumpus goon is overcompensating for his lack of stature, Sam.
And like I said, LucasArts always had the right kind of writing and knew the exact kind of moment beats they needed to have for the games. Specifically, a lot of these ones. For example, one of my favorite, most surreal moments, and Sam Max is a very surreal game, but this is what takes the cake.
It's a portrait of John Muir.
Say, Sam, just who is John Muir?
Who's John Muir? Hey, guys, this dope doesn't know who John Muir is.
You gotta be kidding.
What a maroon.
What a dip cow poop.
Sam, the dead animal heads are talking to me.
Where?
Up there.
Well, you really shouldn't tell fibs about dead animals, Max.
But
Stop bugging me. I'm admiring
Hi, this portrait of John Muir.
But who's John Muir? Do you really want to know? If you'll stop talking, sure. Okay, hit it, boys.
There once was a man named John Muir.
A naturalist, noble and pure.
His love for all beasties.
I always love the edutainment right there.
Never been equaled.
Oh, it's such a great joke.
For sure.
And of course, if you try to interact with it again, nothing happens.
John Muir, famous naturalist.
But you can, however, grab the painting for a future thing. Yeah, Sam and Max always knew how to do humor right. Whether, even Lucas in general, I should say, whether it be with just items or witty dialogue, or just knowing what beat to hit where with whoever your character was. Sam and Max, of course, is a very humor-based game, but regardless, they knew exactly what to do. For example, Sam and Max, there is the world's largest ball of twine in there, for Lord's sakes, as a location to actually solve a puzzle. There are other locations based in the Max. Of course, we've got the mystery vortex over here, where things are just all wonked out.
I wonder if these things spin the other direction in Australia.
Good Lord. It's a possessed outhouse.
This kind of thing wouldn't happen if they had indoor plumbing.
And so we have that. And again, there's a puzzle needs to be solved here. So it's very much a very... I guess it's a game that's aware of itself and is just silly enough to be awesome. That it's one of those things that I don't know really if that exists anymore. But I mean, of course, a lot of LucasArts employees have lasted well beyond what. Even though LucasArts is currently dead and they'll never come back again, the employees still live on. Telltale is a lot of ex-LucasArts guys. Let's go check out this Tunnel of Love. So you can actually more slight gags. There's a lot of stuff that still exists from the LucasArts days that are just there. So we're going to look at one last little sight gag here, and then we're going to head on out from gameplay. Oh, that's right. I can't. I have to. I guess it won't let me do that. I guess it won't let me look at the whole video. I guess it disabled me from doing that. Well, sorry about that, people. I guess we won't see a sight gag here. I guess because I already solved that puzzle, we can't see it. But there's other kinds of sight gags, other fun stuff, Cone of Tragedy. There's another mini game I was explaining. So let's play this mini game really quick. Here we'll end out playing the whack-a-mole mini game. Anyways, we'll tilt it. So that's it for right now, people. We've actually run out of time in terms of gameplay. So when we come back, I will give my final summation on Sam and Max Hit the Road. Man, what can I say about Sam and Max that I haven't said already? It's funny, witty, cartoony, awesome sauce. Look, I'm a huge fan of Sam and Max in all its forms. Heck, my first introduction was with the cartoon show. It's Sam and Max's zany humor that keeps this franchise relevant and fresh despite the fact that this game is 20 years old. It seems the more out there something is, the less it feels dated. The game itself showcases the best of the graphic adventure genre and really showcases what LucasArts could do in storytelling, humor, and interface. Though the pixels show compared to today's 3D games, it's still just as funny and fun as it was back in 1993. I remember reading that it was Steve Purcell's brother who came up with the idea for the duo, but ended up giving Steve the rights to the comic for his birthday, and I'm glad he did. It'd be a sad world without the freelance police. Purcell did a great job in crafting some awesome characters, and LucasArts did a great job on the adventure games genre. Coming up in the next episode, we'll jump forward in time on the Scum engine with Tim Schafer's Full Throttle. Thanks for watching this week's show. Of course, you can catch all of our previous episodes and join in on our discussion at our website, CosmicRadio.TV/Retro Funtime. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, YouTube.com/CosmicRadio.TV. Like what we're doing? Let us know. Hit us up on Twitter at CosmicRadio.TV and make sure to use hashtag Retro Funtime. So until next time, remember, it's not art unless we prove it to be. Take care.